As we mentioned, one of the primary reasons for today's market sell-off was the drop in the price of oil. Domestic crude fell 3% to settle just below $45 a barrel. And that's because there were some very high-profile forecasts that slashed oil demand, something you don't want to hear in a market that's already oversupplied. Deangelis has the details.
Crude oil is gravitating towards $45 a barrel ahead of the OPEC conversation later this month in Algeria. But the fundamentals point to downward pressure for crude. In the International Energy Agency's latest monthly report, a sharp cut in its demand forecast for this year and next, citing wobbling Asian demand. The IEA says that it now sees demand growing about 1.3 million barrels a day this year. That's a cut of 100,000 barrels. For next year, it looks for growth of 1.2 million barrels a day, down 200,000 barrels. In OPEC's latest monthly report, released yesterday, the cartel conceded that non-OPEC production in 2016 was stronger than it expected. OPEC's August output was down slightly, but still over 33 million barrels a day and near record highs. The takeaway from these reports, production still too high, especially in light of a weakening demand picture.
We know the supply. We know it's tremendously high. And now the IEA is talking about global demand ticking down a little bit, too. They've never been the greatest at predicting global demand, but it's good enough for me because I do see the supply picture, and I do think that's going to take over. The one wild card could be Saudi's jawboning. It doesn't seem to me like they will start doing that until it hovers around 40 and perhaps has a 30 handle on it. So independent of that, I think we probably go lower.
One other factor to consider, the Fed. Fears of a hawkish move later this year have rattled equities, and the dollar has seen some strength. When the dollar rises, it pressures crude. But it's difficult to discount what OPEC might do later in September, and so the market's seeing a little support from here until it knows for sure. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Deangelis.